how we are planning on doing over 1,000 wholesaling real estate deals in 2023. And most importantly, how we plan on giving half of that, over $5 million, to you. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Ginn here.
And in today's video, we are going to share our most ambitious wholesaling real estate plan we have ever done. Our most insanely crazy plan only an insane person would do. And we've done this before, right? We have given insane, crazy thoughts and ideas out to the wholesaling community. And most of the time they come out fine. We came out with freewholesaling.com, which was insane.
That worked out
Give
well.
everything we knew in a course for free. And it changed everybody's life, right? And that was insane. Everyone told us, don't do it. Don't do that. That's the worst thing in the world to do. Everyone, every real estate coach, guru, influence, they all said, do not give a free course out.
They said it was the worst idea they've ever heard.
Worst idea.
Worst
so
idea.
Hundreds of thousands of signups later, hundreds of thousands of active wholesalers learning through it, and so many people making the first 6 to 7 figures. It's changed everybody's life. And now we're coming back with an even crazier plan. Just as probably the same level as crazy, right? We are going against probably the biggest guru, one of the biggest guru strongholds left for us to attack. And you know that's what we like doing. So
best part.
And how can I do that? By making a ton of money too. That's what we're doing. So in today's video, we're going to show you how we are going to do 1,000. We're planning on doing 1,000 wholesaling real estate deals this year, all across the country, and exactly how we're going to give half of that to you guys. And it's going to be pretty insane. It's going to be a really cool one. It's been in the works and it's ready to go. So we're excited. We're ready to go. We're ready to teach you exactly how you can do this. And you can get a lot of money too. So I'm excited, guys. So without further ado, I want to get into it. I want to talk about it. But before we talk about it, you got to get jacked up, ready to go. So you know what to do.
Come on, guys.
Guys, make sure you guys smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button. And comment below your questions. And I'm here to help you become the best wholesaler possible. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Oh, snap. We are ready. We're ready to go. We're excited. And we are going to break down exactly our plan, our master plan, and how you're going to make a ton of money off of it. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm Zach Ginn.
I'm Rick Ginn.
And we are going to share exactly our plan, our ambitious goal, and how we're going to help you make a ton of money with it. So without further ado, let's kind of break it down. So we're looking to do 1,000 wholesaling real estate deals by next year. 365 days. Average deal, 10 grand. That's going to lead out to about $10 million just in assignment fees. And it's interesting, right? Because it's not that crazy to think. Like, it sounds nuts to think about, but it's really not that crazy when you really break it down.
If you had to do it by yourself, it would be a very, very ambitious goal. But with training you guys and teaching you how to go out and find motivated sellers, and teaching you 100% for free. Well, I'm not going to spoil it here. We'll kind of walk you through it.
Like teaching 100,000 people how to get their first deal, I can't do that by myself, but I can scale it out and help people out with that. So we're doing that. So that's going to come out to about $5 million in assignment fees I just want to give away. So I want to give away half of it just to the people and probably even more. than that, honestly. But really, guys, what I could tell you is that is our plan. It's going to be insane, but I think it's going to help so many people make money. And the true thing is, we want to make money in wholesaling, right? And I don't want you guys just to go watch us succeed, because we're going to hit that. No matter what we do, we're going to hit it. Okay. We're going to do that. The problem is you guys can cheer on, be like, oh, that's great for them. But what about me? Yeah. I see them doing well, but is he bringing me up with him? Is he not? What's going on? So that's why I just want to give half of it. I don't really care about the money. It's more about, let me just tell you the truth, flexing on gurus. So if this thing goes well, which I think it will, I should probably, by the time, let's say at least 5 years from now, if we can get everything going with this plan, we would be the largest wholesaler in the entire country. And if I could do that, number one, obviously that's going to give me tens and tens and eventually hundreds of millions of dollars, which is not bad. Hey, I ain't upset over that. But number one thing, it's going to flex on the gurus. And that's going to show if I can become the biggest wholesaler in the entire country, you don't need to go through a guru for this. So that's number one. Number two, half of it's going to go to the people, which no guru has ever done that, and they refuse to do that, or they'll cap out how much you can make. We'll break that down. And then number three, this is most importantly, it's going to solve what I truly think is the biggest problem behind wholesaling real estate right now, the biggest issue we're seeing, and we want to plan that. So we're ready to go. We're excited, and we're good to go. The reason why we came up with that $1,000 thing is because I currently have done 1,000 wholesaling deals. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that in a year, right? Do everything you've ever accomplished in 6 years and just do that in 1 year. That's kind of,
but we need help doing it.
We need help doing it. And so I want to get rich, but I also want to get you rich. And for the people that, have made it in wholesaling, I want to get them rich too as well. So everybody knows I've been in the shadows lately, doing a lot of things, and I've been teaching a lot of people stuff, but really, let me just break down what it is. I don't want to spoil it anymore, but it basically is. You saw on the top, it is sellmypaper.com. That is what it is. So it is basically, if you really want to look at it, it is the fastest, effective, best JV dispositions website in the entire country. And what I mean by this, I started the social media thing in wholesaling just to teach you guys wholesaling, right? That's basically what I've done. And you were there, right? I was 19. We started this out together, Flip with Rick and all the channels that spun off of that, right? And eventually just wanted to teach people for free. And I figured out really quickly, you guys started sending me deals in my own local market. Remember, I had a guy, I had a deal in Port St. Lucie. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how are we going to do? Because I've done some JVs, but they were locally in the market. So my idea of what a JV was completely skewed than the way the gurus and other wholesalers do it. Because I learned JVs just doing it with you.
Yeah. So
it's someone sent us a deal and they couldn't sell it. So we just go to one of our buyers and boom, 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 5 seconds, get it sold. That's what I thought a JV was. I've been grossly mistaken with the way the gurus do JVs. But eventually on the YouTube channel, I went from at 21 years old making $100K a year just in JV deals, only in one market, my own market. I was like, I can make 6 figures from YouTube just from doing JV deals. I don't have to sell coaching. I can just, because $100 grand in JV deals probably was, I would say, 40 hours a week of work for the entire year. I was like, $100 grand for a week of work. At 21, I was like, that's pretty gangster, right? And then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm just doing one market. There's 250,000 people in that market. There's 300 million people in the United States. And I started thinking about this, this was when I was 20 years old, a year after the wholesaling YouTube channel. And, when you start getting some followers on YouTube for wholesaling, there's only 2 paths you can go. And unfortunately, every single person besides me and Rick have gone through one path. Yeah. And you and I we've gone the other way. We are on a dark road. We do not know where this road leads.
It's winding.
There is the, I want to help people succeed path. And then there's the guru path. Either you go guru or you go in the dark abyss. And we chose to go in the dark abyss. And freewholesaling.com, all these great things. But I really looked at the industry. I sat you down, I remember when I was 20, and I just did the math on a whiteboard. And I'll do the math right now with you guys.
And remember, guys, I had a lot of experience, and I told them, I go, you do not want to be a guru because you're going to give away all your time and you're basically a consultant. You guys know if you hire a consultant, you pay them a fee and they try to tell you what to do. And you usually got to still figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
So you have two paths. Either you do deals. I'm a deal junkie in wholesaling. I just don't understand the whole guru space, especially in wholesaling, is you can make so much more money like doing these properties. Coaching's kind of like the safe play. You're going back to like that 9 to 5, and there's a cap. How much time do you really have? So I ingrained it into you, even though you did. I go, don't do the guru thing. You're not going to be happy with it because, by the way, I'm going to throw out a little dirty secret here. I have never met a guru, coach, or mentor in the real estate space, particularly the wholesale. They're all unhappy. Why? Because they have a 95% failure ratio. Imagine if you had to teach students and 9 out of 10 of them failed. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think there's better ways. We've come a long way since 2003 and I started in this business and I stand on it. I was told I'm never going to make it doing this. And how many years we've been doing this?
Oh, wow.
It's been amazing. And all I do is I don't listen to those people. We just listen to you guys because I don't care. If a guru endorsed our program, I would be scared. And so when I get I call it the love, some people call it hate, it just reconfirms. Tired of people getting their money taken away, getting duped. And so what we're proposing today, and Zach, we're going to go into detail together on it, is a win-win proposition. And the idea is we teach you the strategies to go out and find deals, and then we work together. So you make money when we make money, and you don't pay a giant upfront fee. They call it the pay attention money, right?
Yeah. So
skin in the game.
What we did was we did the math, and there's roughly, if you could really roughly, I've done the cash sales, the wholesaling, the divided out. Wholesaling real estate comes down to around 250,000 deals per year in wholesaling in the United States, and that's pretty much how much it is. And it grows every single year, obviously, but it's actually it's disgusting how low it is. So let's do home sales USA 2022. Let's just do the math really quick of how crazy. There's about 5 million home sales in the past, 5 million home sales in the United States last year. About 250,000 of that was through wholesalers. And that's so 250 is a very conservative number. It's not even that. And so after 5 million, it's about 0.5% go through wholesalers. So it's a very small in the real estate industry. That's why wholesaling is not the most known through realtors, right? But you think about that. If it's 250,000 wholesale deals are being done a year, and each one on average is 10 grand. Now we run up those numbers, but the average is 10 grand. That puts wholesaling at a $2.5 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. And then I look at every single guru, and I've actually done the math on how much gurus make because we had to do these paths. I can either keep wholesaling and make millions of dollars, but if I go the guru path, I could potentially make $4 million and not wholesale anymore. But the problem is I looked at the top wholesaling mentors, whatever. I've done the math of the students they have per year, divide that, go by what the profit's going to be, all this stuff. And really what the wholesaling guru industry of selling mentorship courses, all these things, when you look at after paying 40% commissions and chargebacks on credit cards, it's about a $20 million industry, maybe 30, but let's say a $20 million industry. So we made the decision. I would rather get a cut of the $2.5 billion, which is the actual wholesaling industry, or should I get a cut of the $20 million guru industry? Now, I could probably make $3 million a year being a coach guru, do my Zooms, not do YouTube. I do all that fun stuff, do my Facebook ad. No, I want to do just 1% of, I think what was that? That would be 1% would be $25 million would be like ridiculous. 1% of all the wholesaling deals can go through me. That's $25 million, which I'm not planning on right now, maybe in the future, but like, would you rather because I could capture 10% of the whole guru wholesaling industry if I wanted to easily in probably a month or two. I don't want to do that. So I decided I want to go after the $2.5 billion. And this is because one person I look as for a mentor, one person that has this quote that is ingrained in my brain forever as a kid, but not as a kid, but young adult. Warren Buffett said, sometimes it's not how hard you row, it's what boat you're in. And I took that to heart really, because what he meant by that is maybe you are, and this is what I say about wholesalers all the time. Maybe you are working 80 hours a week in a construction job, making 15, 20 bucks an hour. You are the hardest worker ever, but you're working construction. You're only going to make 40, 50K a year. Yeah. If you put that effort into wholesaling, oh my Lord, like you could make millions. And so I said, should I put all this effort into being a guru or put this effort into giving people for free and then getting doing more wholesaling deals? Crazy, right? And so we have a $2.5 billion wholesaling industry. And this can make me a lot of money. This can make you guys a lot of money. And the problem is, I truly believe this is probably the saddest thing I've seen. And this makes me want to cry. But I could tell you, there are so many wholesaling deals that it's a newbie that goes out here. They get a good deal, but they can't find a buyer and they get out of that deal.
Yeah.
There's probably $1 billion of lost deals out here. It makes me cry just thinking about it. I cry at night thinking.
What percentage? I would love to see in the comments. What percentage?
At least a quarter.
Of like newbies that put stuff on their contract
can't sell
of
them.
Good quality deals. They don't have the tools or the connections to bring it like to fruition to get a paycheck. I'd say at least a quarter, not even like 40% of them. And see, like that breaks my heart because if you go out and you take the effort, you take the action and you overcome your anxiety and your fears, because a lot of us have it with us. Let's face it. I had it. We all dealt with it. And you get it under contract, an amazing deal. And you go, I don't know how to put this thing together, or like you freeze. So a lot of you freeze because you don't know it. And well, I don't want to like step on your story. Like no, I look back at how Zach got started in the business, and I made him do all the legwork, but he still had to support the connections to make it work.
Well, let's talk about that, right?
Okay.
So what we have is sellmypaper.com. And basically what sellmypaper.com is, it is everything. It's okay. Really, it's just JVing with us. If you really want to break it for, that's what it is. But here's the problem. It's a JV company, and it's a JV. It's a dispositions company. If you can look at it like that, whatever way you want it. But here's the thing. The way that I grew up learning what JVs were and the way you were taught what JVs were was completely different than the way JVs being done now. It's probably one of the worst things. I sat down, I watched, I think 40 JV videos from people on YouTube.
It's a train wreck.
It was so disheartening to see. It breaks my heart. And the truth is I have made gurus hundreds of thousands of dollars because they've actually sent me deals and I just dispo it with them. Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I think people JVing, it's so bad the way they're doing it. Right. And I'll tell you guys, when I was a beginner, Rick helped me out a lot when I was starting out. And I learned a lot from him just showing, like just helping me find buyers, showing them how to like all these things on the actual deal. Sign here, do this here, or closing on this date. Like very like that. Probably there's no guru, even if you pay him 10 grand, it's not going to hand hold you the entire deal. They're not. They can't. But I can't do that either. But if I'm getting paid for it, part of the deal, I'm doing the actual deal. I'm going to make sure I do it right. And the cool part is when you ever ask a coach about a deal and they're paying you, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. They're also going to go out here and they don't care about it too much because they're not making money off of it specifically. I'm a little different because I care what you guys think, but I'm not getting paid off of it. And your success isn't determined on how much you paid me, right? I just want to help the people out. So that's what we did. Like, here's the thing with this, we have our name, we have a reputation behind us. You can trust it. But let me tell you exactly what's wrong with the JV industry. So if you want to JV your deal outside of us, what does it look like? Let me break down really the 4 type of JVs you have to deal with outside of us. And this is the biggest problem.
Sure, you're going to release this stuff.
So there's 5, there's 1 good one and 4 bad.
You guys are never going to hear about this from any guru because this is honestly, it's the truth.
Yeah. Let's break it down. Let's get it. All right. So number 1.
So also understand whenever you do a JV, it's like there's no one person in one market that can cover the entire United States. It's a local market. It's local. I'm a Florida guy. When I go to Las Vegas or I go to Boston or something like that, I'm at a huge disadvantage. And you have to understand that, especially you guys doing virtual. Go ahead.
I'll break down. So first part, you're going to JV with somebody. Most gurus, this is how they JV. You give me $2,000. I'll give you some videos. And then from there, you can try to JV. If it's not a deal, I keep your $2,000 and I never talk to you again. That is coaching with extra steps. That's selling a course. I can't sell this guy a course. So what I'm going to do is you give me $2,000. I'll charge you on your credit card. I'll show you how to JV a course. And if you bring me a good deal, fine, I'll give you your $2,000 back. I'll give you some portion of the deal, but I don't want to pay you too much. So I'm going to cap out how much you're going to make on the JV deal so I can personally get all the profits for it. And here's the hidden secret. You go to these forums, you go to Bigger Pockets, you see these, you just search who these people are. You'll see 80 to 90% I've seen on these. They never get their $2,000 back. So the guru just takes the money.
You got to go through so many, like, you ever got a rebate back?
It's like a rebate.
Like I paid an ungodly rate to replace a window at one of my commercial things. And it's like $50, which is ridiculous because it's like 2% of the cost of it. And you have to go through like this painstaking form. It's got to be perfect. And then on the bottom, it says 8 to 12 weeks after you post-market send it like certified. I'm just like, they know on the percentages, X amount of people aren't going to go through this much work to do it. It's just like, it's like when a guru goes, I've got a money back guarantee. Well, 30 days, just to let you know, guys, that's the credit card policy. They don't have a choice. They have to do it. But when people say, if you show up at the event, if you didn't get value, I'll just give you your money back. I've watched events like this, and they assign what they call a negotiator to them to talk them off the ledge, give them a bunch of extra freebies, and keep them going. Because that person's paid on their success rate of keeping those people on board. It's a false premise. They're trying to guard their time. This calculates to the 95% failure rate because it sounds so perfect. But the problem is once you put that money up, now the onus is on you and your problems just begin.
You have to pay $2,000 just for the guru. Not the guru's not even going to look at it. His dispo team's going to look at it.
Correct.
$2,000. What if I'm a beginner and I need help? Screw you. F you, right?
Yeah.
You got to pay $2,000 for me to even look at your deal. It could be a $50,000 deal. If it's a $50,000 deal, you give them $2,000 and they'll give you like $5,000 because they want to cap how much you're making. Yeah. You could have made $25,000 if you split it with a good wholesaler. No, we're just going to cap you how much you're going to make, right? And it's crazy. I'm paying you. You're capping how much I can make. And it's crazy. And like 80% of them don't get their money back at all.
It's kind of like coaching with extra guys. It's why they run.
It's a casino.
It's why Vegas runs it, because they know the numbers are in their favor. And if people are going to do that, to me, it goes against the whole style of wholesaling is if I'm going to JV with you, especially pay you a fee up front, and then you're going to cap me on what I make, it's completely counterintuitive to what we do.
And that's just the first scheme.
Go ahead.
Of JV. So gurus have found JVs to be profitable, but they're part of the guru industry. Like that $2,000, that's part of the 20 million in the guru industry. They don't want the billion.
Courses.
Now, there are actually dispositions companies out here. Be very careful of this. I'm a company and I'll dispo your deal. Here's the problem. There's dispo franchises and companies out there for wholesaling. When you're dealing with somebody and you're selling your deal on that whatever it is, you're not dealing with a wholesaler. You're dealing with a person that bought a franchise like a McDonald's. Okay. They never wholesaled the deal. So they bought the franchise so they don't have to market or wholesale. And when they send you the deal, they'll send you the JV agreement stuff. They'll throw it on a website, list it, put it on Facebook, try to market it out there. They don't really have any buyers. They're hoping somebody snags it. And it's crazy. And it's insane that people that gave up on their wholesaling dreams to just buy a franchise so they don't have to deal with anything are the ones that are trying to sell your deal. It's glorified realtors at that point. And
just the passion's not there. Now the passion is, this is franchises in general. If you ever, McDonald's, a Subway, there's huge, ginormous fees up front. And then basically the corporate office is always in their back pocket. So they're up against the wall because they can only make the most they're ever going to make is like a job. Occasionally, some people, you hear about a guy who owns like 100 McDonald's, he's mastered it. That's the exception, not the rule. So it's, guys, we are the farthest thing from franchisors in the wholesaling world because like we never want to be capped. The reason we get into this, we can all debate why we're into it. We want freedom. Franchise is the complete opposite of freedom. It's just the truth. Like don't get me wrong. They take, somebody has a great business idea. I'm like, I'm going to franchise it. But like, if you buy the franchise, unless you buy like an entire, like ginormous batch and you have a competitive advantage, you are just going to be a regular employee like everybody else. What we're saying is I don't have personal knowledge of like these companies because I don't work with them, but their success rate, you're never going to know what they actually do. And then I find with most of these, everything's so highly negotiable.
And here's another thing too. A lot of these dispo companies, sometimes there's big ones too. You send the deal, you talk with an agent who just got hired in like, I don't know, Omaha, Nebraska. He got hired from college and he's the person dispoing your deal. Like he's never wholesale before. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have a team. Like guys, these are straight off the street kids that don't know what wholesaling and they're just trying to make money off of you and they're going to turn and burn your deal. It's insane. And so that's another one. So let's talk about the next one. There's guys, these are JV schemes. They sound pretty on paper, but this is what they actually are in the end. Next one. This is probably the worst one of them all. I can clown franchise, but this is even worse. They're fake JV wholesalers. So let me give you an example. I have to deny 50 posts a day in our fake because we have 87,000 people. JV with me. JV with me, bro. JV with me, bro. You can trust me, bro. I got 5 billion buyers, bro. How many deals have you done? None. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
And so, for example,
where your buyers at?
So where my buyers at, right? So I had one guy yesterday. I denied his post. It says JV with me, guys. And he DM me. Why did my post not get approved? You have to approve it. I said, how many wholesaling deals have you done last month? And he said 0. And I said, that's exactly why. And then they get all upset. My free speech. No, it ain't free speech. You trying to like screw wholesalers for your free speech ain't a thing. And so if I go out here and I say, JV with me, a lot of fake, like really, they're fake wholesalers to a point sometimes. They've never done a deal. They want to sign a JV with you, and then they're going to go throw it out there, try to find a group, a cash buyer, panicked. Oh my God, I got to find a cash buyer now. All freaked out.
Obligated, thinking you think your deal is going to get sold, only to find out this person has 0 experience. They're just going to leverage you. And this is part of the reasons why you guys struggle with wholesaling is you don't know who to trust in the business. Everybody wants to JV. Everybody now. I commend the hustle, but like, do you want to JV with someone that's never, ever done a deal before? That should be disclosed up front. And that is it. But the thing is, someone's training people to do this.
And so that's the next part.
Go ahead.
And so, but first of all, these are people not trained. And these are other ones we call daisy chainers where they'll say, hey, bro, hey, brah, I'm a cash buyer. And it's like an 18-year-old guy with like barely any facial hair, like trying to grow a mustache. I'm a cash buyer. I'm like, you're 18 years old. And I'm 23. I discriminate against 23-year-olds all the time that say they're cash buyers. I say, give me a proof of funds. You can trust me. When somebody says they can trust you, that ain't good, right? Yeah. It's insane. But like, I'm a family man. I don't care you're a family man, right? And so the thing is, they're fake. They say they're cash buyers, and they're going to daisy chain your deal. It's insane. And then here's the last part, one of the worst ones. There are gurus selling courses for tens of thousands of dollars to teach you, right? What they're going to teach you? Hey, this is part of the course. You're going to go into Facebook groups, and you're going to find wholesalers that have deals. You're going to JV with them, and then you're going to go out here and panic and try to sell the deal.
Guys,
so you're spending 10 grand to try 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 grand to learn how to get JV deals when you don't have any buyers. It's like, get all these things all come down to one thing. They screw one person and they benefit one person. They screw the wholesaler that has the deal. They screw the seller because they don't even have anyone that's legit ready to go. And then the guru or other guy, if he gets the deal, he makes money. They split. That's great. But if they don't, he's out of it. He doesn't care, right? And it is a terrible thing. This has only been going on for 2 years because 5-6 years ago, it was not a thing at all.
Guys, you do not need a dispo course. We teach everything you need to know in wholesaling and freewholesaling.com. It's absolutely crazy that people are selling courses. And then the way they teach it, man, it's like we're just black eyeing our industry. It's terrible. Like, listen, in my personal opinion, 20 plus years in this business, JVs are about relationships.
They are.
Who do you trust? And who is going to be honest with you? Because sometimes you guys put deals under contract the wrong price. And if you can say, listen, it's wrong, but if we can get them at this price, hey, let me get on the phone and help you get it to the right price, then you can work with on it. But everybody thinks, once again, just like gurus, oh, I bought a course, all my problems are solved, I'm going to be a millionaire because I figured out. No. There is no shortcut. You have to go through the journey. JV is about trust. If you JV with someone that you have no idea, you could do all the perfect paperwork in the world, you'll still get screwed. Guys, do you know how many times I've been running under the bus with JVs? Like, it's ridiculous. So if people are attacking me and Zach, imagine what they're going to do to a newbie. And I already talked, there's another one I want to throw out there is there are these, I call them senior investors like me that don't have ethics and morals. And they'll seek out people brand new, like, oh, I'll help you out.
Oh, that's another one.
And then they write a contract under their name. They go, don't worry, I'll square you up at closing. And they get there, and maybe it was a $30,000 deal in 15 grand. You're all excited. And the guy goes, I'll get you. And then he's like, I'm sorry, I had $15,000 in cost involved. I'm sorry. The next one, it's going to work out. And you're like, I trusted you. And guys, I've been there, man. Like, this has recently happened to me. And I'm just telling you, it happens all the time in this business. People will take advantage of you. And I hate, to me, it's one of the worst ones because they're preying on newbies because you guys got the hustle muscle. You got it locked in. The trust in JV, I'm telling you, make sure it's earned. Make sure someone's done everything. For the last 3 years, we have communicated to you guys. We've shared every secret, everything. We have never asked a dime from you because we are in this for the long run. We are not short-term players. We think coaching and guru and wholesaling is just quick, fast money. It's very short-sighted, and you can never grow a long-term business doing it. Now, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. But you guys can help us implore what we're trying to get. So if you don't get one thing out of this video, understand if you're going to JV someone, make sure there is a trust factor. Because if you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, that's when you get run over and screwed.
Exactly. And so I didn't want to mention that, but yeah, we recently, someone tried to screw us out of they did. I have another the problem is I make so much money, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We don't want it to happen to you guys.
I lose all respect for those type of people. But yeah, that's another part where I've seen a lot of people. This is what I've always found. If you are broke, you are more likely to screw somebody over than if you are not.
Desperate
like for me,
times, desperate measures.
Like I split a 40,000. I don't care. Like, it's not like,
I'm not
saying that like in a way, but like if you're on JV with someone, do it with somebody that like makes a ton of money because their reputation is more important than their money. And for me, that's what it is. And so there's a lot of JV guys out here that will say, because they're controlling the deal, really, we'll get you squared up. You know, I'll deal with the assignment, whatever. And, you know, when I get the check, I'll split it with you. And you never get the check. Guys, there's a lot of people that do that, and they're always the broke ones.
And you know what? I don't want that person to drive you out of the business. The business has its own challenges, but like it hurts when people do this to you. And what we want to do is try to prevent it from you. And so make sure whoever you JV, they've earned your trust. Don't let them talk about their trust. Have they earned it up to this point? And make sure you do all the documentation with it. But remember, piece of paper is just a piece of paper until you go to court. And like, for the most part, suing over a JV, it's counterintuitive. It's not worth your time.
No. And so what we're doing is sell my paper. We're doing JVs the way that we think it's the right way. So how does a JV really work? Let's talk about how legit OG gangster wholesalers do it. Okay. That's how JV work. Now,
the way it works correctly and is successful.
I will give you one example. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with one guru, and I'm not mentioning names. He or she's a very big guru. They're actually a very big guru. And I don't believe in their coaching, but they actually run a legit wholesaling operation. And this coach guru, who shall not be named, not saying anything bad about them, they started sending us deals in Port St. Lucie. And I remember one deal, they made 70 grand. No, 55 or 6, some insanely high assignment fee. And I think we got like 10 off of it. It was like some crazy split. I was like, all right, whatever. And like, we made a ton of money with them. And the thing is, like, they legit, it's crazy because I like the way that they teach. I don't believe the guru thing, but I say it like it is. That person was very stand up and they knew how to JV because that's what they did. Hey, can I JV with you? You find the buyer, we do it. You have buyers, right? Boom, boom, boom. Waited, send me the contract. Our team looked at it, sold it in 24 hours. Could we just call one of our 5 cash buyers? Sold. And the thing is, it's like, that's the way JV should be. Hey, you're a legit wholesaler in, let's say, Mississippi, right? Yes. Well, here's a deal. And then boom, usually within 2 days, a buyer should be there, or you should have some buyers already set up for it, right? Yeah. And guess what? That's how JVs are worked. The way JV has been screwed is like, you send us the deal, we're going to scramble for a buyer, try to find, stress out all of the stuff. There's circumstances on certain deals, but like, you should really know. And the thing that we've always done is when someone sent us a JV deal, if it's not a deal, we'll tell them, hey, we're not even going to sign any papers. This is our cash buyer isn't even going to like this, or cash buyer said it's not even like this. And so what I did basically was I decided I want to start this up. And this was like years ago. And so I told everyone, hey, first 25 people on this Podio link, I will personally JV the deal. Mm-hmm. And I did 25. And it was a lot of work. I did it personally myself because I wanted to chart out my systems. That was a lot of work for 25 deals. Yeah. But we closed. It was nice. And then we had our own dispo team. Then we had other partners. Then we kind of made that there. And we figured out pretty fast. Here's the problem with our whole dispo team that we've done the past year, that we've changed it finally. So we have a map in the United States here, and we'll break down this map in the next couple of minutes. But like, let's say we have a deal here in Wichita, Kansas. Now we got to remember, us for virtual wholesaling, we're very strong. Florida, Gainesville, North Florida, Panhandle, Georgia's good. South Carolina, North Carolina, Richmond. Those are very strong virtual markets. Dayton and Wayne County, Detroit, Michigan. Those are our main virtual wholesaling markets where I got buyers like boom, 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 make calls, call, boom, sold really quick. Someone sends me a deal in Wichita. I'm like, that's a little hard. I'm going to have to find a buyer. And for those 25, I just found a buyer within 2 days because I'm good at what I do. And it was a lot of work for me.
Yep.
And so I had dispositions people we hired. And for them, they couldn't do it as good as I. And it became a little more difficult. And the problem is we were still selling deals really well, and we did it the right way. But the issue was our social media started growing like crazy past year. It's like more than doubled. My Instagram went from 10,000 people to almost 200,000 in, I think, 4 months. TikTok grew from 0 to over 100,000 on 2 accounts. Like hundreds of thousands of people just poured into our social media. And the amount of deals we got sent versus the amount of dispositions team we had was too much. We had too many deals. And it's sad for me to say that was our point we were at like a year ago. And unfortunately, our dispositions person would take a week per VA usually. And I couldn't hire 100 VAs a week. It was just, for training, I can't do it the way I did. So we did this another way. And this is the way we do it at sellmypaper.com. We want to make JV the right way. I don't care if I make no money at all from this venture. I just want to be the biggest wholesaler in the country. Okay. Like that's my point. Okay. So what we did was I spent a good amount of time going out here and finding the top 10 hedge funds in the entire country. And we got hedge funds and markets like as solid as they possibly can go. And that was a lot of work for me to do, but we did that. Second, I interviewed 50 of the 50 wholesalers that have learned personally from me how to wholesale the right way. Learned from me. And these wholesalers have ranged on making 100,000 a year, 150 to over 1.2 million. So every type of so I interviewed all 50 of them, and I made it private, confidential. I learned what they did, how they did. A lot of it all from our stuff, right?
And they had to prove it too.
And they had to no. I had HUDs, and this took me a little bit to do. And so there's one guy said, I made. I'm not going to say how much this guy made, but like he said he made 7 figures. Mm-hmm. And I never heard of this guy before. I'm like, 7 figures in that market?
Yeah.
Show me, I said, what? Show me the HUDs. Show me 1.2 1.2, show me 1.5, show me 1.6. There's one guy said 1.8. I looked at it. I'm like, there's no way. Guess what he did? He sent me $1.8 million in assignment fees. His name, address, title. I called the title company. I'm like that market.
We verified
I was
everything.
Like, that little market?
Yeah.
And guess what? It was amazing. And so what we basically did was, in the markets that we personally can't go really like this, or we don't have hedge funds, I partnered with it. So I know a 7-figure wholesaler out in, let's do one market. Let's do a really good one we know. Let's do, I don't want to give one out. I can't. I gave privacy for this person, so I'm going to do another one. Let's do, for example, let's do Huntsville, Alabama. All right. We know a guy in Huntsville, Alabama, over 6 figures. They sell any deal in Huntsville like this. They got a good buyers list. They sell a lot of deals. They do really well. And so, for example, we have a market in Huntsville where I'm not the Huntsville guy. I've actually personally never done a deal in Huntsville.
Oh, it's a
but this
market.
person,
yeah,
they do well in Huntsville.
Yeah.
And so guess what? When he sent us a deal, it's going to be sent with the Huntsville guy. And the point is, it's sellmypaper.com has that lead, which is for 2 very important things. That person's going to JV with you, get the deal sold 24, 48 hours. And I get to verify the entire process to make sure that guy or gal is doing everything the right way for you. Treating you the right way, the closing's the right way, everyone gets paid the right way, and everything's good, and everything is legit and above board the way that the Ginn name, the Flip with Rick name, should be done. And so for markets like that and some other markets, we have that, right? We have pretty much all North Carolina down pat. Got some really great markets. We got some hedge funds that are really good to go. We're currently in negotiations for Detroit, which we do Detroit really well. But we're actually talking with right now, next week it should be finalized, the largest, okay, I'm not even saying the largest wholesaler in Michigan. They're going to do it with us. We're in negotiations with it right now. We're really good for Detroit, but we get the largest wholesaler in Michigan because I just want to make sure things are sold as quick as possible. And it's crazy. So the way we've done it is basically every which way can make money off of us. So what does this mean? If you make no money, JV with us a contract, we'll get it sold. Everybody makes money, right? If you're making 7 figures a year in wholesaling, you can be one of our partners and we can hook you up.
And that's the benefit of our social media outreach is we have the influence to go out and people want to work with us because number one, they know about us. Number two, they know I've been in the business over 20 years. They know Zach has a reputation and they want to work with us because it's beneficial to all parties. But we're looking for legit partners and we keep them honest. Like if we get complaints and stuff, we're going to deal with it. And
yeah. And so when you send a deal, now it's not every deal. So for example, we don't have a mid 6-figure to 7-figure wholesaler in Fargo, North Dakota. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't have one in Fargo, North Dakota. So you're not even allowed to send us a deal in North Dakota currently right now, unless I find somebody. Yeah. It's not big enough. We haven't found one yet. So right now, North Dakota is in gray. This background is a little different. Go to sellmypaper.com. We have the map. I'll show you. But in the market's in blue. You click the market you want. We can get it sold. West Virginia, working on it, right? We're negotiating throughout the country. But in the next probably month, I should have hopefully every state done. But so I'll give everyone an FYI. If you want to be one of the partners, if you are a 6 to 7-figure wholesaler, preferably making over $250,000 a year.
With a good reputation.
The good reputation that you're going to have to send me all the HUDs. Just DM me, email me, comment. I will reach out to you because I want to make some money, okay? And so that's what we want to do. So let's go to sellmypaper.com. Let me show you how to do it. And so what is JVing? Remember, if you have a contract and you want us to hold your hand, help you out, our team, we can get it done. They got the cash buyers. They got the title companies. I'll give one example. In Texas, we have current multiple markets, but in Texas, if you get it there, we can actually do some deals where it's a blind HUD. Pretty cool. They got some gangster ways to do it, but that's for another day. So let's go to sellmypaper.com, which is basically, it's insane. So let's go to sellmypaper.com. Now, sellmypaper.com is pretty much our goal in sellmypaper.com is this is our goal. We can't guarantee it like a pizza guy, but we want to basically sell your deal in 24 hours. That is our main goal. Sometimes it may take 48 hours. Sometimes if it's a deal, we got to wait for the tenant to go out. We have to wait. But for most deals, 24 hours, get it done quick and easy. So this is it. So let's just break down what it is. It's a 50-50 split. I want to make 10 million. I want to give 5 million back.
I mean, there's no hidden cost in there.
That's it. 50-50.
I got to pull my VA fees out there. I got to pull my phone service out there.
No, and we don't most people will not do a 50-50 split. Most will be 25-75. Like we get 75 because it costs a lot of money. So no, I don't care. If I lose money at it, I don't care. But here it is. We have submission requirements. It has to be an off market, has to be under contract, and you have to have a decent county population. Okay, we're not going to do a deal sent with 2,000 people in it. We also do creative finance deals. I'll probably buy them myself, honestly. But these are currently the markets we are in. All right. They're coming soon, the ones in gray. We also work with legal on some of them. But these are currently for the JV Dispo program, sellmypaper.com. We have ready to go, good to go right now. Okay. This is where we're at. So Utah, Nevada, Colorado, working on that. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. You see it all there. So if you're in the gray and you're a 6 to 7 figure wholesaler and you're legit and you can sell a deal in the market quick, hit me up. We can help. We would like to work with you. But for most markets, I don't see this changing much. We should have Louisiana, California down pretty much pat by the next week. But that's kind of where we're at now. So if you're in those markets, you're good to go. It's not every market in Missouri, obviously, but there are some markets there. So it's either going to be with us, our team, our hedge fund buyers, or one of our partners. Be good to go. And one thing I want to let everybody know, and this is very important, if you do not have a deal, or if it's like an insanely bad criteria, we're just going to probably text you and let you know this is probably not a deal. Please send us another one. Unfortunately, we can't do it. I'll tell you, if it's a bad deal, I'm just going to tell you. So for example, somebody sent us a JV deal yesterday. I hate to say it, but like it was a FSBO for, I think 165 and they locked it up for 150.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
they didn't go through freewholesaling.com.
And I'm like, you know, I hate to say it, but like,
guys, the bottom line is
we're not going to sell that deal. I'm sorry. I'm just being transparent with you guys. That is not a wholesaling deal I can put my name and confidence on that I can sell. And we're not going to do that. I hate to say it, but
it's just the truth. So we've able to pair it up with these premier JV partners. And with it, you get the local expertise experience. You get someone that does this for a living. And they're going to tell you if you have a deal or not. Like, right, they're not going to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time. And you don't want to waste your time. So we don't charge anything to set this up, but don't kid yourself. Do not be throwing mud up on the wall, because if you do it over and over, they're just going to prevent you from submitting deals, because the idea is to help people out that want to help. And you know what? If you use this as a launching pad so you can get on your feet to maximize to get 100%, use it. Guys, I JV'd probably in my first 50 deals, I JV'd at least a quarter of them because I didn't have access to the buyers. And you got to understand. So if you submit a deal and it's a real wholesaling deal, you'll get feedback, not instantly, but that day. And they'll tell you, hey, listen, if it's close, they want to work with you. If you're way off the bat, they're going to tell you the deal just doesn't qualify. And you've got to accept those answers. I know it hurts, but like, here's the brutality of what we do. We give you honest feedback. We tell you the truth, because imagine if you paid me $2,000, I'm just going to like work you a little bit, make you feel good about, I'm not like, dude, this deal's not even close. Get out of the contract and you're just going to have to start all over. Or if you're within 10%, our local premier partner will probably want to get on a 3-way call or go on an appointment with you or go for you.
Or help you negotiate the price down.
Yeah. And like, okay, we can put this together. We put a little bit more work. They're not going to take more percentages from you, which happens all the time. If I have to call them, we're doing an 80-20 split. We're trying to keep you honest at the 50%, because keep in mind, you're getting an education, hands-on teaching. There's nothing. This theory crap all gurus and stuff do, like this perfect thing, it doesn't work till you have a deal. That's how your nervous system learns, how your body goes. Yeah. If you work on a deal, I always tell you guys, my favorite thing when you're on live, let's work on a deal together. I get excited. You get excited. We both learn. And so you want to use this program to your advantage. This isn't your catch-all. And one of our requirements is, like, you call this what you want, is We don't want 1,000 people marketing your deals out there. We already have a chronic problem with all the franchisees and everybody else doing it. So when we do it, you've got to give us the chance to sell it. You can't be selling it like, let's see who gets the highest bidder. Guys, we are not real estate agents. If you want a real estate agents, go to the franchise. They've got licensed agents. They'll do the bidding process.
It ruins your reputation with the buyer. So for example, we've done JV deals where we send it to the buyer. We're about to make 30 grand, but they see it. It's listed on Facebook and listed everywhere.
Oh,
and for like a lower price than what we're giving it.
Yeah.
Cause I have a buyer. So it's locked up for 200 and I have a buyer ready for 250 for it. But this guy wants to make more money. He's like, oh, I don't want a JV anymore. He lists it for like 220 because I got to pay half to Zach. It ruins the buyer. And he actually would have made more money with us. And it's insane.
So think about this, guys. You guys have always asked, listen, how can I learn this business, freewholesaling.com, and do deals with you? And I don't have any money. Dude, I just give you the solution. You go, well, it's going to cost me 50%. I go, we're partnering with you. You get to learn and earn at the same time. And nobody in this country offers this. Everyone's like, oh, you're going to get killed doing it. I go, dude, that's what you said about freewholesaling.com. That's what you said about our social media push. Our social media leverage has allowed us to connect with so many more people that I'm confident we can get this done. And I love when people say you can't get it done. Look at your 50% is like, they are going to pay me to learn wholesaling. This is an amazing opportunity. And here's the really cool part. You're going to be connected with some of the best people in the industry. And here's the difference is they don't teach this crap. They do it.
No, it's not a person.
It's insane. Like
they're not fake. It's not like a guru. They got the little eyebrow thing. They got the suit jacket. Like, how are you today?
Yeah. There's no fancy cap being worn. We're not going to make a short video out of it. It's like, hey, how can we make money together? And I promise you, one or two things are going to happen. You submit a deal. If it's a deal, if you submit a wholesale deal that has meat on the bones, I mean, it's going to work. Either you're going to get a paycheck or you're going to get a lesson. And the lesson is like, what did I do wrong and how can I do it better? We'll give you that feedback. Bad deals, you're not going to get the hand-holding experience because we are not a real estate agency. We are a wholesale company. We have founded this dispo company because we're frustrated with the current state of the market. Everything centers around selling you something. We want to do deals. We love doing deals. Everybody, by the way, every group told me there's no way you can do this. I'm like, dude, that's an invitation for me and Zach to fully take it on. Our Ginn name's on it. Go for it. You guys do all your other agency stuff. We want to work with you. So this has kind of worked in a perfect culmination. We've been teaching you for free for years, and we're going to continue that. It's never going to stop.
Oh, no.
There's no switch and bait here. See, we don't do the fake free thing where you're like, oh, free here. Oh, I'm sorry. You get that content. You get in my $5,000 program. You don't have to pay to be in our course to partner with us. You just have to bring deals to the table. And why would you want to bring a deal to the table? I have so many of you guys reached out to me the last few years ago, man, I just want to pay you and Zach. I go, just pay me by watching our content. Yeah. We have bigger and better stuff we're planning down the road. Here we are.
And here's the thing. So I look at the guru industry. If we're going to make, we're still going to break down a grand prize at the end of this. That's going to be pretty cool. But if I can split a $40,000 deal and we make 20 grand, that's equal to 5 students doing a Zoom a week. But when I make a $20,000 fee for a $40,000 deal, I have my partners working on it. I have my dispo company working on it. I didn't really work for that 20 grand. I did, but like I have employees on it. If I have to make 20 grand being a guru, I have to go sit out behind a mastermind, sell 6 mastermind packages, give up a whole weekend, do Zooms every week. Guys, that's ruining my most important asset, which is my time. And I ain't a broke wholesaling guru. So
guys, remember, we got into this business. This entire movement I did back in wholesaling in 2003 was because I was a frustrated corporate employee. I was losing valuable time in my family. Him and his sister were very young. I said, I got to make a change because this cycle is just not, I'm just going to get worse in it.
Yeah.
And the financial part, trust me, I love, but I will tell you, freedom to me is the most important part of wholesaling. And if you have freedom of your time to do whatever you want, if you just want to make 100 grand a year and have all the free time in the world, wholesaling allows you to do it. And so you've got to understand me and Zach's mission because a lot of people the only people misunderstand us as guru because we will not follow their formula. It's broken, it's tired, and it's about to be completely eliminated. You guys are figuring it out. So why would we follow it? The idea is to get freedom, That's why Why do you think I don't speak on stages across the country? Number one, because other gurus can't benefit from me because I give what they pay for free. And number two is I'd rather be hanging out with my family, doing business with partners that I enjoy doing, which what we're doing, and go fishing, of course. And that's what I love to do. And I want to do that. And you know what? Zach has the rest of his life to explode this journey. And so I'm like really excited, and it's like a lot of fun. And it's like we let the crowd dictate. We let you guys, the wholesalers, kind of find which way we're going to go on this journey. We ignore all the naysayers and the gurus because we do not follow their path.
And that's the thing. And remember, every lead that you guys submit, our JV partner looks at it. I also look at it. Like I look at all the deals.
We look at everything.
I'll spend like 30 minutes in the morning while I'm drinking coffee, just going through the deals, looking at it. Because number one, I want to understand what's going on in the industry. I want to understand to do wholesaling deals. And guys, there's a lot of money to be made from me and you and me for this. And there's a lot of money for you guys and me. And that's the point. So let's go into sellmypaper.com and we'll break down our announcement.
And this is the best way we can have an impact, because this is how we can impact people as much as humanly possible.
Exactly. So you go here, right? It's all in flipwithrick.com. So I just want to make sure everyone's safe, that they're the right website, because gurus are going to get
everyone's
like
sellsmypaper.com. Knock this off.
So it goes to Flip with Rick, just so you guys go. And then have a little video of me explaining, just send us a deal. You click here to send the deal, okay? Once you click it, right now, these are the current markets you can submit. But what about this market? This market, guys, give us some time.
Yeah.
Every week, we're going to add more markets on it. But we want to guarantee you send us a deal that we're going to have a legit person look at it and we're going to get it sold quick and done and easy. I'd rather do that than spread myself out too thin. So Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Huntsville, North Alabama, Phoenix, Little Rock, Arkansas, all of the Florida Panhandle, Gainesville, Ocala, Florida, Tampa, Bradenton, Sarasota, basically Southwest Florida. This is this is where my personal team. That's just where my market is. Port St. Lucie, Treasure Coast, Palm Bay area. South Florida is coming soon. We want to really hammer down the right person in Miami because we're not the expert in Miami. We have
Miami is a little bit different.
But I want to find the right 7-figure guy. Macon, Augusta, Columbus. Those are great rental markets. We got Atlanta, South Bend, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington, basically Maryland, Baltimore area. But really, it's going to be all of Maryland, but really Baltimore mainly. But if you have a deal in Maryland, just send all of it through this. Coming soon, Michigan, Jackson, Mississippi, Kansas City, Missouri side, all of Jersey. But really for New Jersey, I'll tell you, like dealing with it, if you can kind of get the more northern, the better. South Jersey, we still have buyers there, but I would prefer kind of the more better wholesaling parts of there. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, all of North Carolina, basically, Dayton, Cincy, Columbus, OKC, Tulsa, Philadelphia area of Pennsylvania. This is one of our strongest ones. Pittsburgh, basically, Columbia, South Carolina. We're expanding South Carolina, Northeast Tennessee, Memphis, Nashville, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, El Paso. And then really, I could tell you, if it's in a metro market, just submit it on this one outside Dallas and Houston, and then Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That is it. More markets and states coming soon. This is just day one. We're probably going to be adding more every single week. So if you are a top one, we're going to do it. So guys, I'm excited. I'm ready. So let's break down the grand prize. So we're going to do 1,000 deals. And out of the 1,000 deals, the person that sends us the largest assignment fee, the one that we get the biggest check for, it could be somebody we have a deal with right now. Whoever knows. But whoever sends us a deal and it's the largest assignment fee that we split together, I will personally fly out. I am going to, because we do at least one deal, right? So I'm going to personally fly out to your market. I'll give you whatever consultation you want, right? I mean, whatever it is.
You guys tell them anything?
No. I will for that day, I'll go on all the appointments with you and I'll close them yourself for free. And we'll just hang out and try to make you a better wholesaler. And it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, have some dinner and just like get to know you. And you guys are like always asking for this stuff. And I don't think we're going to stop there as it grows and we figure it out, because we want to reward this people. So we thought about He can take one flight. I'll take another.
Whatever.
You guys choose who you want to go. You want the old man or?
And if you're in virtual, man, like, so if you're in New York City and you virtually give us a $80,000 deal in, let's say, Atlanta, I'll go to New York City. I love that place, right?
No, like, so you're into it with like virtual. So the idea is you just like want to spend time and just like pick our brain. Like, if we can work together, make it work, and everybody has a positive outcome, like, why not go like spend some time? Like, we like doing that stuff. We don't do ginormous events.
I've never done that. I've never met, I'll tell you straight up, outside of people that say hi to us on the street or at the gym, I've never really, outside of our market, seen any of our subscribers. And I'm saying that in the nicest way, but just because I don't need to.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And ever since this started, pandemic and everything, it's like we value our time just like you guys do. We don't waste all the fluff. We don't do the pep rally on the whole stage type of deal. So to me, this would be like the ultimate treat, because to get him like all day, just like pick his brain apart and have fun and do a bunch of pictures and stuff. It's like fun. We get just as much value out of it because we really appreciate people that want to see us succeed. So
I'll tell you, if I prefer it's in Phoenix, because I would love to pull up the Phoenix in like my villain suit and get a $100K deal and just flex on everyone there. That would be my favorite place to go. I love Phoenix. I've been to Phoenix a lot.
It is a beautiful place.
I'll go in my Akatsuki uniform. I'll do whatever. All right. I'll put the whole headband on. I'll do it. I don't care.
Doesn't matter. So if it's where you reside and you do it
fun.
Virtually, we'll be happy to do that. But like, this is something we all get excited about. We can kind of work together.
Also, I'll say this. If you were virtual, so we have a lot of people, Nigeria, Slovenia, Slovakia. If I get a $100K deal in Nigeria, I'm going to Lagos. I'll go there. I don't care. Well, I'm traveling the world. So
what are you gonna do about Florida people?
Florida people?
We can take you fishing.
Yeah, we'll go fishing.
Do a little fishing. Whatever you want to do. Like, we'll make it a little bit different, because Florida's like, it's not really. If you're from here, it's kind of like not.
We'll go fishing. It'll be fun. We'll go Heat game. We'll do something. So let's do it, guys. So
maybe a Dolphins playoff game one day. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it happens. So that's our grand prize. We're excited, guys. So sellmypaper.com. We're excited. We're going to change the industry. I told the gurus to bring their tiers because they can't go charge you $2,000 just for them to look at a JV deal anymore. It's very sad.
And you're going to get the standard speech from the gurus. They don't know what they're doing. They're clueless. Come with me. Like, everything with a guru has to do with money. Like, don't get me wrong, money makes the world go around, but why not do deals and make money instead of doing this like consulting? Like, if you pay for coaching and wholesaling, there's nothing I can do to help you, because you're going to get a worse course and you're always going to come back to me and Zach's, and I'm just here to tell you. So we've kind of solved the partnership, and like, I don't call it hand holding. We get you to the goal line, and that's it. And by working with our premier partners, imagine the relationships you guys can form. It would take you years to figure out who these people are.
On top of that, I'll let everybody know too. If you want to get personally on my Rolodex, you want to personally get calls from me, you got problems with questions and stuff like that. If you were a JV partner, you got my phone number. You can call me for a deal. I had one of our JV partners yesterday call me. He had a days in, he's trying to sell. And we're working on connecting him on that one. I'm not even getting paid. I don't want to get paid on that one. But like, guys, be a JV partner. You get personally connected with me. So if you want to get connected with me, do that. And also, like, for example, I'm traveling the whole country this year, next year. I'm done with the whole sickness thing. I've already scaled my business out. I don't work really in wholesaling. I do, but like, I'm not in the operations all the time unless I'm doing a video.
Yeah.
So I can travel everywhere. I got some cool international spots I'm going to do my live streams this year. We're not going to talk about it yet, but it's going to be wild.
Yeah, let's not go to Mexico in the summer anymore. That was hot.
That was a mess. But I'll tell you this. So like, guys, for example, like, we went to Vegas. So if like anyone sends us a deal in Vegas, just meet me up. Like, we're going to do meetups with the people that we do deals with too, because it's only about 1,000. So it's not going to be too crazy. So it'll be pretty cool, guys. So that's it. I think so many wholesalers out here, they get really crazy. But this is it. So let's answer some questions, and then we're gonna do some one-on-ones really quick and see how it can help the people out. It's funny. Martin says wholesaling's trash. No one wants to buy and no one wants to sell. It's seasonal. It'll return. But Martin.
Yeah, Martin,
dude, are you kidding me? Like, no one wants to buy or sell.
Yeah,
Look at how many. See, that's I'll
Martin,
tell you,
20 years plus, dude. I've got
that's a
the
broke
data to
person's
argue
mindset.
against you, and it just Martin, you got to open up, dude. Like you've already made a
Nobody's
decision.
looking. No one's wholesaling anymore. That's the funniest thing ever.
That's crazy, man.
It's hilarious. All right, so I'd love to see it, but yeah, we're flexing on these gurus. You know, it's fun. Let's see here. All right, we got Jackson on here. This is huge. It's huge. I'm telling you, it's big. I'm really excited. But yeah, guys, or you can just wholesale yourself. Like that ain't bad either.
Remember what the gurus used to always ask us? Remember what's your end game?
What's your end game?
What's your end game? I don't have an end game. I'm playing this all the way out. All the way out. You guys do your little short term, take your little money, drive your nice little Porsche type of deal, and do videos bragging about it. Like, I'm here to tell you, there is no end game if you do this correctly. He's going to finish the end game with his kids, because that's, we grow, we prosper. Man, there's so many changes since 2003. Like, I'm humbled and blown away all in the same sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So also, so Jeff said, I had a 7-year relationship with an investor in California that burned me for 25 grand 2 months ago. Was robbing Peter to pay Paul on my dime. Hey,
I've heard that story a million.
It happens all the time.
All the time.
Unfortunately,
it happens to us too.
And so, you know, if I ever did that to you guys, it would be probably the biggest reputational hit I'd ever have.
Yeah,
it'd be terrible, right?
We'd be done the minute we did that to someone.
Oh,
so
it's crazy. But so let's do some one-on-ones real quick. Let's talk to the people. Remember, guys, you want to learn wholesaling for free? Go to freewholesaling.com. Send us a deal. Sellmypaper.com. Also, and freewholesaling.com in the top right-hand corner. It says JV with me. You can just send the deals to there too. So let's do some one-on-ones. So first off, we got Daniel. What's up? What questions do you got?
Hey, what's going on? I actually wanted to talk to you about the deal we're working on right now. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a question? I mean, what?
So yeah, I just talked to the seller.
Okay.
And, I think we're just waiting on the 7th. So I just literally hopped off the phone with the seller, and I told him we're gonna put a lockbox on it on the 7th, and he said, "Yeah, we're ready to go." Like, the guy is like super motivated. So I conditioned the seller. Hey, Gene, love.
Yeah. So Daniel sent us a deal. I think we're probably make 30-40 on it. And then so I have one buyer ready to go on it. But the thing is, I'm not getting greedy, but like, we can just wait a week and get a lockbox on it. We're going to do that. And I got about 4 realtors ready to buy this thing. They've confirmed the price, but I definitely can make a 40. I can even push it to 50 if it's vacant on a lockbox. So that's what we're doing. So we're just waiting for a week on there. We're going to get it sold quick. But that's in South Florida where we like have our people. So for example, one of our realtors that we know, we actually sold 2 wholesales to, and they're looking to flip again. Yeah. They heard Plantation. That's where they live. Boom. Ready.
And you guys remember Daniel? We had a conversation with like 2 weeks ago. You were all over the board. You're like, I go, Daniel, just go, stop talking, start doing. And it's like, dude, the guy put his words to action. Like, I'm super proud of you, dude, because I was a little like you even have my viewers concerned. You were all over the board. I just said, listen, I grabbed you just like I'd grab my son and say, dude, lose the excuses, just get to direct action.
Yes, sir.
And then it will path away, because one step leads to another. And I'm super proud of you. And I'm guys going to show you for real. You guys, anybody on this, like, you can attest. We had about a 10-minute conversation where he talked 9.5 minutes. And at the end, what did I tell you?
Tell me, I need to stop. I need to listen more. And, you know, if I ever want to learn, you just said work on myself. And I just need to sometimes just quiet and take action.
So, dude, you're doing it, and I commend you for it. And just don't stop. One deal, just keep going for you. Just do exactly what you did to find that deal. And I'm just telling you, that's the secret to wholesaling. A lot of people get one deal and they go, oh, and they start cashing the check in their mind. I'm just telling you, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. And I appreciate you partnering with us. Hopefully we're going to get to the finish line and make it a huge win-win for you. And you're just going to keep doing it over and over. And then one day you're just going to flap your wings. You're going to do this on your own. You're going to think back to this conversation and go, man, dude, you grew up in like a short amount of time. Yeah. So you never stop growing till the day you die, guys. You always have to learn stuff.
I'm excited about that deal, man.
And I want to say, you guys about the whole guru thing. screw these. You know, you guys are so right, man, about these gurus. You know how they do that upfront chart. They don't even understand, you know, Rick. And you know, the way I got this deal was actually I was JVing. I started JVing, and I found these newbie wholesalers, and they're like, "Oh my God, I have $500. I don't know what to do. I have $1,000. I don't know what to do." And I'm over here like, I got a bunch of lists. I have nobody to call these lists. I'm like, dude, what's up? How about we do? They don't even understand the amount. I'm like, okay, so how about this? So I started consulting them. I'm like, how about we grab that 500? We buy 10,000 leads. I'll skip trace them. So that's exactly what we did. I put them on the phones. I have 4 people on the phones. You guys don't understand that. Like gurus just take the money, right? And then they're like, they don't care about.
I understand it.
Yeah,
Trust me, I understand it.
Dude, you know how much sales training I have to do? Like, there's so much sales training, follow-up, overcoming objections, calling over and over again.
Yeah,
like,
look out for Wholesaling.com, man.
Exactly. So
I love it, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If we can make 40 grand, I'll make 20 grand off of that. It's like, how many hours did I spend talking to you? Like less than 2 hours, maybe. Like if on total for the deal, if we with the cash buy and everything for like 20 grand. Yeah. That's better than any coaching. And
guys,
so,
keep in mind
I'm just doing it because I have that.
The other factor we can talk about a lot of times, like this is an unwritten saying. The saying is like when you get that first wholesale deal down, dude, your flex on your own self-confidence, your own self-worth, like it can't be understated. And you have to look past that when you first start because you don't have it. But like there's something about it, and being able to JV with a trustworthy partner, if that helps you do that. That's like doing 5 years of like psyche work up here, because to self-validate that what you believed in worked and it's right, you just got to figure out how to become more efficient at it and get better as you talk to sellers. So, dude, keep doing what you're doing. Don't take the foot off the gas pedal, because that's the difference. A lot of people, they get a deal, they take the foot off the gas pedal, go, I'm getting 20 grand, I'm getting 20 grand. Stuff can still happen, and you always have to just keep lining up your chips. So keep doing what you're doing, and remember what I told you on that. You've come a master. And tell you, Dan, just when people talk to you, if you go hang out with friends this weekend or something, let them talk and just shut up. And the amazing thing, people go like this, like there's something different about you. And here's the only thing different. You're listening now. And when you listen, that's when you learn. If you constantly talk, you can never learn. Dude, I am literally a version of you like 30 years later. I'm just telling you, like I was a crazy kid when I first, nobody put my skills to use, and it's my mission to make as many Zachs as I can out there.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, meaning just people that will,
kidding.
You know what I mean? Like there's only one Zach, but the idea is to show you what's possible, because guys, I'm a 53-year-old man. I went on a long journey to do this. I took massive risk when nobody else would teach me in it. And it was scary. And I'm like, man, if someone could have gone back and grabbed me when I was 16, 17, 18 and go, dude, let me show you how life really works. And I missed that opportunity. And so I passed it then, he's going to pass it down. And the idea is like, why stop with our kids? Let's teach the whole world how to do this.
You guys,
right?
You guys, I have something to say. You guys are over here on this at like really advanced level. So what I'm doing is you guys said, oh, like I can hold your hand, right? So I'm grabbing these guys, right? We're putting all our marketing money together. We're buying these lists, and I'm in the trenches holding their hands, doing one-on-ones. And look, what I'm good at is getting a deal. I'm not good at selling a deal, but I actually am good at selling a deal. You want to know why? Ring, ring, Zach, can you help me sell this deal?
Right.
Let's go.
And eventually you'll get your own confidence to do it. And that's the thing is, and the thing is, you're getting an education and you're getting confidence while you're doing it. Like it's like 50%. Like like a lot of people, when I did it, I was happy to get 25%. Just show me like what you're doing type of deal. And it's like they did, and they barely showed me anything. So I'm happy this opportunity. It's been years of culmination. Honestly, it's been 21 years in the making to get to this point. So
you're good, man. Keep it up, dude.
Just keep going.
So I'll just keep following up with the seller. We'll keep doing some deals all year long, and then hopefully by the end of the year, with the little minions and all the people that I'm doing the sales training with, and we get all these deals and I bring them to you, Zach, and all the money we make. Maybe we could sit down, we could have a dinner, maybe we could go shooting or something. I'm not sure if you like shooting.
See, man.
I think we're going to stay away from the shooting part, though.
Okay.
That was me.
All right. Paintballing. How about that? Paintballing or something like that.
I don't care, man. Fishing, whatever.
Let's get some deals, dude.
All right, you guys. All right, Zach. Thank you guys.
Okay, man. Appreciate it, bud.
Bro.
All right. Boom.
That's so funny.
I know. All right. Next here we got Colin.
What's going on?
Oh, there he is, man.
How
What's
are
up,
you,
Colin?
man?
Oh, good. Just learning from you guys every day.
Awesome, man. What's up? How can we help you out today?
So I saw one of the requirements. I'm a realtor in Austin, but I am also wanting to do wholesaling.
Okay.
And one of the ways I find good deals is I look up homes that have been on the MLS for 100 plus days, and locate motivated sellers. If I find something that is on market and send it to you guys, but under contract, and it's a good deal, would y'all consider JVing with that, or does it have to? Well, let's say there's 100. The house is listed at 300, and I get it for 190 under contract.
A decent deal, yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
if it's a no-brainer, then yes.
Okay.
You know what a no-brainer is. If you're a realtor,
right.
Like you kind of understand it, right? What I'm trying to tell you is most people will get it locked up for 90% of the list price. And like, you already know it's 6% realtor commission they're saving. If it's cash, it's like, you know what? If you can get it under 70% of the list price, sure. Send it over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call it the Colin rule. All right.
All right. Sounds
good.
We'll
call it the Colin rule. All right.
Yeah. I also get a lot of, I get the expireds as well. Yeah. And so I'm going to start reaching out to them. I'm going to really access the MLS. It's kind of like a backdoor view, almost instead of just going out there and doing Post-it notes, you can see what homes are up for sale and if they're selling or not. Mm-hmm. And so that really gives you leverage to talk to the seller and get a good deal.
All right. Well, you're going to make my dispo team mad. But if they say, oh, it's on market, say Zach said this, and then they're going to be like, and then be like, yeah, do it with Colin. You're good to go, man.
All right.
All right.
That's about the only question I had so far, brother.
All right. Well, good deal finding, man.
Awesome.
Keep it up, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Next we got Mendoza.
Hi, friends. Hi, Rick. Hi, Zach.
How you doing?
How you both doing? How you both doing?
I'm blessed. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay. So I think I have a possible deal. I just sent you an email on your support Flip with Rick. You know how you were saying, I don't know if it was Zach or Rick, but one of you were saying, oh, if you need help, getting them down on price. So basically the house is 100. I called the lady and I asked her, I took Zach's script and I kind of tried to build rapport. I'm not good at that yet. So I built just a little rapport. So we got to the cash offer kind of quick. So I thought, oh, I'm probably screwed here. She's not gonna go below 100 that much. But all on her own, she went down to 80 from 100 because it's been listed for a good while. It's been more than a year. So from 100, she went down to 80. And I asked her, would you consider 70? Because, both of you say, hey, try to get at least 70%. So, and because I hadn't built that much rapport, I was like, I'm not going to do 60 here. I'm going to try to do 70. So she said she could probably do 78. And because I'm inexperienced still and I don't have that much confidence, I didn't know what to say to go down.
Well, first of all, which market are we talking about here?
So I sent the email. I was wondering if you could just pull it up. But it's it's in.
You can just give me a state. Like you don't have to get specific.
It's in Memphis, Tennessee, I think.
Okay.
So let me just give you a couple tips. First of all, number one, stop doubting yourself. You're fine. You're carrying a conversation on, like you're eating your own.
I'm popping it up.
You're talking yourself out of it. So
yeah,
rapport is about having a conversation. Okay. So you have conversations with friends and family all the time?
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. You're overthinking it. If you have a good conversation, it's easy to ask people stuff. When you don't have a good conversation.
So this is a FSBO.
Yes. I've been.
Okay. So what price is she at? Let's just get real on this one.
You said 78, right?
78, right?
She said she'd consider 78.
All right, here's the problem, Esmeralda. Do you know I have a rule of Zillow for sale by owners, right?
You said, say that again, sorry?
You know I have a rule of Zillow for sale by owners, right?
I believe one of them is
That's
Ginn.
freewholesaling.com.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what you're
The
talking
MAO
about.
has to be 70% of the listing price for a Zillow for sale by owner.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to give the listing price out because people can reverse engineer that.
Yeah.
But is that 78 below or above that MAO?
It's above.
If it's above the MAO, it's not a deal.
Right. Right.
But listen, you just got to expand your conversation with them, because here's what happens. You're overthinking this.
You are.
Yeah.
When you have good conversation with people, they let their guard down. They relax. They're like, oh, she's good. She, super. Everyone's nice to me. But when the person, or like if I call you and go, hey, what's the best price you do on that house? I pay you all cash and close quick. You're a robot.
Yeah.
So if you just take the time and just try to connect with them, most people want to talk more than anything. You can't be the buyer that calls and just a mechanical. Go hire a VA to do that. You'll do better. Strike up a conversation, be genuine about it. And then at the end, when you make your offer, you want to go for the no, because you can't keep backing down the price from the top. You can always go up. You can't go down. It's like there's no logical argument for it. So here's the best part is when you're going to make an offer, you're going to have to start forcing yourself. Here's a little trick I learned. Whatever offer I was going to make, I minused off 20 grand. Why? Because why are you so scared to offer a lower number?
In that particular case, because we went so quickly to the cash offer, I guess I'm just
slow her down and just get back. Conversations are the easiest part of this. In fact, I used to be guilty of spending way too much time on the conversation piece, because you lose credibility if you go too long. If you have an hour-long conversation with you, they're going to forget about the property and it won't work. So if you get a 5-minute conversation on a FSBO and get them past, like when they call you, like, because when you call they are an order taker. What's your offer? How quickly can you close? What, who are you? So once you get a conversation, you get to it, you're going to make an offer. You should feel in the pit of your stomach, you should feel uncomfortable. And when you're there, you're at the right price, and then take 20 grand off of it. She's going to reject it. Okay. Accept that. But when they reject it, now you start the negotiation. Most wholesalers try to get a yes on their first offer. That's not wholesaling. That's called MLS, and that requires a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So remember, when you get your first offer rejected, you're expecting it to be rejected, because when they reject it, they come back and they go, I could never go below $68,000. And you just cut off all that. So now you're at 78 and you're stuck because you gave her an offer and like, you can't go below that offer anymore. And you have no idea. Remember, you just did a quick comp. You figured it out and that's it. So when the going for no, it saves you a lot of time as a wholesaler. So you don't have to waste time.
Go for no.
You are going to get rejected on the first offer. You want to be, because you want to find out where the difference is. The worst thing in the world, and he's witnessed this. This is embarrassing. I made an offer once late on a deal. When I was training him, we spit out a number and the guy just reached out and shook our hand. Oh, yeah. And I went back to the home. I go, I did you a disservice, because I don't go on all the appointments. I have other people do it for me. I left 35 grand on the table.
Yeah.
And so like the worst thing you do is say you offered her 70 and she goes, hell yeah. You're going to go, oh crap, I offered too much. Maybe the house has massive repairs. I'm like, just go for the no on the first one. It's just easier because they're going to reject it. And then it's up to them to counter it. And then that's when the negotiation starts.
Let me
End
ask
of
you a
story.
question. Have you physically talked to this person on the phone?
Yes.
Why didn't you get a legit offer done on that first phone call?
Oh, by legit, you mean like, why didn't I ask for 60 instead of 70? The main reason was because I knew I didn't build enough rapport, and I felt like she was gonna, and she was also kind of robotic as well. She was giving me
How about this?
answers.
How about we change the way you just said that? Explain to me, what was your limiting belief on why you didn't offer her $60,000 for the house?
Oh man, I totally thought she was gonna just completely say no.
Esmeralda, it's the language you're saying. What you really should say is, my limiting belief was I believed that the seller was going to say no to my lowball offer. Yeah. And that's why you didn't do it. And you got to understand that. Actually, you know what? prove me wrong. Can you read people's minds?
No, I can't.
No. Can you read people's minds?
I try to read my wife's mind, and it doesn't work out well.
So here's the thing. If you can't read somebody's mind, you trying to think what they're thinking is completely off.
You have no idea.
You're throwing yourself off by doing that.
And you're setting parameters that you have no idea there's any truth. Listen, wholesaling is about finding opportunity and create win-win situations. But the key word is you have to find the opportunity. You can't assume the opportunity.
Yeah.
So the go for no, a lot of people are like, oh, that's so ridiculous. I go, I'm just telling you, I've done this over 20 years. I'm telling you, it will save you a ton of hassle. You've got to build some rapport with the conversation and just make an offer. And I've teach you techniques. You're going to feel wildly uncomfortable. You're going to have a pit in your stomach. So when you do it, so if you can't do that, then teach the rule I taught you, whatever. So if you were going to offer 75, minus off 20, it's a math equation. I can only offer you 55 because that's what Rick and Zach like put in my mind. Remember, if they take that offer, you're good with that. You'll be a happy person. And if the offer gets rejected, now you have a counter. But I find that counter offers pulls out their subconscious response. Oh, I could never take anything that low. Me and my husband discussed it. We can't go below like 70 grand or whatever it is. Then I go, okay, that's the most I'm ever going to pay. Let me flirt with that a little bit and see if I can get it down from there. So when you guys when you make that high offer, and then remember, they're going to counter you too. So if you don't start down here, you're going to wind up here.
Exactly. Just low. You're overthinking it. Low ball. You don't. They're going to do it. Just go for the no and go from there.
Okay. So let me just repeat what you just said, just so that I remember. What you're saying is, I go for the no, go for the no, go for the no. And I have no clue what's in their mind. I'm not a mind reader like Zach was saying.
Unless you are, then
I'm not. I'm really not. And it sounds like what you're saying is I'm talking to these sellers as if I do know what they're talking about or what they're thinking. And the truth is I don't, and I shouldn't be making these assumptions.
It's very arrogant.
Yeah, and there's thousands of people that are doing the same thing that are watching this video. So actually, I'm glad you brought this point out. Remember, you get the intelligence by getting the counter. You get a reaction.
Esmeralda, what's your least favorite food?
My least favorite food. I don't know. Onions.
Onions?
Yeah.
Like, is there like a meal that like your least favorite?
Oh,
French onion soup.
Yeah, meal.
I don't know. Chicken soup. I don't like chicken soup.
Okay. So if I went and like we're hanging out and I bring you chicken soup because I think you like chicken soup.
She looks like a chicken. She looks like a chicken soup.
Yeah, she looks like a chicken soup type person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I don't like chicken soup. You're screwed, right? If you're assuming what other people likes or dislikes are going to be, it's a dangerous game to play because people have preferences for everything.
Surprise me, right?
Yeah. See what happens. So you don't know. So if I'm going to ask you what you want to have for lunch or something, I'm going to ask you. Will you take 50 for this? Will you take 60? You assuming, right? Like it's just what's the first 3 letters of assume, right? Like you can't do that. So go out here, be below your MAO and lowball. That's the truth.
And this skill will progress you like 10 times. I'm just telling you, you've learned a lesson today. Yeah. I don't know if you can still try to recover on this one, but now you know going forward how to play the game. Most people don't understand how to play the game. They just don't be an order taker, an offer giver. Find the solution. How do you find it? You have to ask very direct questions, and then you put it in there and you know how the game's played with it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I have one last thing. When I've been calling FSBOs, I was wondering if you can tell me how to deal with this objection. Sometimes I'll say something like, and I think I saw Zach, he had a, maybe I'll just tell you what I saw and you can tell me whether I got it right. But there was someone saying like, no, I don't want you to wholesale this. If you're thinking about wholesaling this is not something. So I get people on FSBOs saying
that's
something.
That's just a red flag. I can double close it. Yeah. So I don't care.
If the numbers are there.
Yeah. If the numbers work.
You just use a different tool in your belt.
That's it.
Okay. So let's just pretend that seller said, you know what, I get a bunch of people calling me, really lowballing me, and if you want to wholesale this is not what this is. What's a low ball offer to you, Mr. Seller?
Yeah.
It's a low ball offer to you, Mr.
Because
Seller.
I bet there's people calling you if it's listed for 200, trying to buy it for 40,000. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You go from there.
And sometimes I go, what's wholesaling? I'm like, am I buying a product off a truck, or like
So-
wholesaling is a very wide open definition.
You're overthinking this. Remember this. You're overthinking it.
Okay.
Calmly answer it.
Okay. All right. Okay. One last question, then I'm going to let you go to the next person. Well, I guess it's not really relevant anymore, but okay. I think that's it for now. Thank
All right.
you. I appreciate you both.
Okay, you
That's
got
how
it.
it works out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right. One last question. Dave says, I've offered lower numbers to sellers, and sometimes they would just hang up on me even after building rapport. Dave, this is because you did not use the good cop, bad cop approach. And if you say otherwise, you probably did not do that. That is the only which way I've seen for you to give an offer and the seller not to be mad at you. You did not use the good cop, bad cop. And then what I can see with Dave's answer here is I had sellers on the brink of foreclosure, losing their house, but they didn't like a lowball offer. The problem is you might think it's the right thing to do, but you have to let the seller consent to wanting to sell it. You cannot force a cash offer on somebody. You cannot force somebody to go with you. It just has to work. All right. I want everybody to understand that. So guys, that is it. Go to freewholesaling.com and learn wholesaling real estate. You got a deal you want to sell it to us. Not sell it to us, but help us dispo. Sellmypaper.com. Around the country. We're going to flex on our guru, make a ton of money, and become as rich as possible. So guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com. We'll see. You're going to be live tomorrow.
I'll be live tomorrow. So if you guys want to carry on the conversation, you know where to get me.
All right. See you guys.